Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots.
Happy Mother's Day to all your mothers out there.
The wait is finally over. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson.
What's up, Brandon Mitchell? Yeah, good to see you, brother.
Let's go.
How you been?
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And here now, the Baltimore offense.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
Yeah, that's good, brother.
Throwing on second down. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now it's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away.
See how we do.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taking it about the 16. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10.
I'm not complaining. Good yardage. Good yardage. Past the 50-yard line.
So here are the Patriots now in excellent field position to start things out. They'll be led out by their quarterback at 6'2" out of Auburn. It's Jarrett Stidham.
Let's do this, boys.
Down. 50. Plant. Blue down. Blue down. Now.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Ready.
Stidham sets to throw on first. Rolling to his left. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Philip Dorsett, 33 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now the extra point try forthcoming.
Of course I'm going to get the first touchdown.
And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
And now here come the Ravens. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Henry out of the pistol. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Patriots take over.
Ravens ain't gonna be able to do nothing with me. I'ma smoke 'em.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point. Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st, Michelle. Well, the ball is out. Michelle lost it.
Let's go, fellas.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And they'll try Michelle here running on the right side. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now let's give you a look here at the New England offense.
Yeah, I feel a little bad here because we missed out talking about these guys on the opening drive because they were in the end zone before we had a chance to even say anything. But let's keep an eye on these wideouts. QB already has 1 touchdown pass. You know he's looking for a few more before this one's over. Those wideouts will get plenty of opportunities to try and score again.
Now it's Stidham. That's going to be caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the 2nd foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Ready, set.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Jarrett Stidham with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. He hit him earlier in this 1st quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken from the 7.
Come on, fellas.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Jackson now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I'm pretty good with that right now. Total yards. See, the kick returns, that's where they're getting the yards from. But I don't know if it's total yards or if it's offensive yards that I need to.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. 21-0 our score after one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing is Jackson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Jackson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when, and he told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
And this is the first game, first half. And I'm already up 48. What they gonna do?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Let's do this, boys. Oh man, I would have caught that all day. You know what I mean?
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
What? How?
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting a quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
To throw is Jackson, and that will be incomplete.
Almost got my 5 yards back.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They begin with Michel on the ground. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one covers 29 yards, first down. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Stidham. It's complete. James White. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. From 17 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go. because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. 48 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
I'd love to see that in the week 1 of the season.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run with Michel. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And, of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now Stidham, flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kenny Young in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Get it.
Here we go with Michelle. Sony Michel won't get there. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Now Jackson on 1st down. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field. And
Almost intercepted.
covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. He completes it to Henry. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? To throw again is Jackson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a...
He's got it at the 15. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Down.
real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Off the draw, here's Michel. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A 12-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. They've got this big lead. They said, forget one. We want two. Instead, they got zero.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
Maybe I should take the loss. But no, I'm not taking the loss.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. Good games all over the screen there, one being at MetLife Stadium. A big one for the Jets as they get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Good stuff going on later in the afternoon as well, especially down in Miami, where it will be the Dolphins taking on the Minnesota Vikings. And then one more to highlight, Sunday Night Football, as the national audience will see a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the LA Rams. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. And it's Michel once again. And an alley to run. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Check right.
Now they'll throw it with Stidham. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Phillip Dorsett, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert it on 3rd and 9. Stidham being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, I've been working on it for a little bit. They'll run it here. This is James White. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
59. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
They stay on the ground with White. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
That's what I'm trying for. Yeah.
Come on,
But
set.
I'm still gonna
60
win no
or.
matter what.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Now Stidham on 1st down. Catch is made by Harry. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 21 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They come out here in the eye. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. And they will run it with Michel. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michel, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll get up to the 43. 16-yard line.
Here we go. Henry, get ready. Get ready. Rotate. Spell. Run it.
On first down, Henry. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's... Second and 9.
Baby, get him, boy.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Mike 5-2, Mike 5-2. 6-man. Check curls, check set up.
Again, it's Henry. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Bound to lose one.
Second down, Stidham to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
On second down now, it's White. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
Here's Stidham to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight, He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no... Run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Back now in Foxborough. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great play there. With his first career touchdown in his first career game, as his guys continue to pour it on. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for two when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week one, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Yeah. Pick 6 at the beginning of the game. Fumble return. Full touchdown. Towards the end of the game. I'm good with that.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
That's a fumble. That's a fumble. And that was a fumble.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, and suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams. They put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down.
On the ground, this is Michelle. And an alley to run. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground is Michel. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. James White, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead. Will swell by one more. 5 plays there on that drive. And a nice play on the end of it. An 18-yard touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson going to throw again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's John Simon with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now it's Jackson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. John Simon, his 2nd sack of the night.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taking it about the 36. Unable to corral him. He fights through. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
They'll run out of the gun with Michel. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Let him know, let him know. Shoot.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know there are plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Out of the gun, Stidham on the move to his left. He'll try and run him. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Jackson to throw. Snead's got it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Jackson now. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football. Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Stidham's going to set up to throw this. Steps away. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Hey, read. Right there. 40's Mike. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Get it.
They'll throw on first down with Stidham. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Pats, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
One I got a rushing. I got a rushing touchdown. As you can see, right there. Where was it? Yeah, my quarterback got one rushing. First down, 231, 815. Game. What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? Why can't you win the game? Because what's the matter with you is here. Y'all. What's up, everybody? See, right there, 300 first downs, and I'm only 6%, and I'm at 18 first downs. I'm gonna smash all this gear. Smash it. I'll smash it. Why? 8 players updated. Congratulations on the win, coach. Early victories can make a break game, can make or break a team forward momentum. So you guys are definitely starting the season off on the right foot. No dirt. Yeah, start the season off. Go. Yeah.